Welcome to Oracle Application Express, Creating Mobile Applications, Apex Mobile Theme, Part 2. In the previous lesson, we looked at what's available to us inside of Apex for creating mobile applications, and we ran through a quick example of how to create a report inside of Oracle Application Express. In this lesson, I'm going to click on Create Page. Again, I'm going to select jQuery Mobile Smartphone as my user interface. I'm going to select Form. I'm going to select Form on a tabular view. I'm going to base it on my Movies table. I'm going to select my primary key column, which is Movie ID. There's already an existing trigger on the table. Again, Oracle is smart enough not to include Movie ID as a column that I'll want to see on the table. I can specify if I want to show Create, Save, or Delete buttons, what I want to label the Cancel button. Leave all the defaults for now. Where do I want to branch? I'm just going to leave the standard page for now. And my confirmation screen. So I can run the page in the browser, but it doesn't look particularly interesting. It looks like the mobile widgets that we saw when we looked at the report. Let's pull this up in our emulator. And I know that the second parameter here is the page number. So I'm going to pull up page 13 just by going into my emulator and changing that one value. So instead of page 10, I want to see page 13. As you can see, it's nicely formatted for a mobile device. I can scroll up and down, I can see all the information, and I have a fully functional application here for my mobile device. Is this production quality? Obviously not. We'll have to do a couple of things to it to add some user interface characteristics to it. I can create new records. I can go through and do all of the things that I've done in my desktop application. Now, when we were looking at forms earlier, we said we want to make inputs for our end users as easy as possible. We don't want them to have to remember things like category names. So we went ahead and we created lists of values that made things easier to input information. Because those are part of our reusable components inside of our application, we don't have to redefine them from scratch. We can simply go into this form, assign the list of values to this form, and it'll show up automatically inside of my mobile application. So let's go back to the desktop here. I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit my page 13. And if you remember, assigning lists of values to different elements on the page is a relatively simple process. So you can see here are all of the items under my page rendering. If you remember, we created lists of values in our shared components for both category and rating. So I'm going to right click on category. I'm going to edit this element on the page. And instead of a text field, we want it to be a select list. Once we have it defined as a select list, we can go down to our list of values and say, I want to use my category LOAE. I don't want to display extra values. And click Apply Changes. Same thing for rating. Edit rating. Change him into a select list. Go down to my list of values. Select my rating LOV. I do not want to display extra values. Click on Apply Changes. That's how easy it is to make those changes. Back into my Android emulator, pull down my URL. Say I want to refresh the page. The page is refreshed, and now for category and rating, I now have my list of values. This really shows the power of Oracle Apex. You can make changes to your Oracle Application Express applications this fast and this easily.